Imagine driving down a lonely road in rural Mexico. The night is silent. No cars, no houses, no lights. Then you hear a whistle, a slow, sharp whistle. You look into the darkness, and staring back at you are two glowing eyes. Eyes that are far too large to belong to any normal bird. According to one of Mexico's most terrifying legends, if you hear that whistle, it may be already too late because something is watching you, something known as La Lechuza. Across Mexico and the American Southwest, stories have been passed down for generations about a creature that appears in the dead of night. Some describe it as an enormous owl. Others say it's a witch. Many believe it is both. Tonight, we'll be exploring the terrifying legend of La Lechuza and why people still claim to see her today. The story begins hundreds of years ago. According to folklore, a woman living in a rural village was accused of practicing witchcraft. Some versions say she cursed her neighbors. Others say she made deals with dark forces. Eventually, she was killed by frightened townspeople. But her death wasn't the end. The witch supposedly returned in another form, a giant owl, an unnatural creature that could travel between the world of the living and the dead. This creature became known as La Lechuza, a name that literally means the owl. But this was no ordinary owl. Witness described a bird larger than a human being, a creature with the face of an old woman, a creature that watched from the darkness, waiting, listening, following. As the story spread through northern Mexico, new details emerged. People claimed La Lechuza could mimic voices. She could call people by name. She could whistle like a human. Some believed that if you answered her whistle, she would follow you home. Others claimed she perched on rooftops at night searching for victims. In some villages, parents warned their children never to walk alone after dark, not because of the criminals, not because of wild animals, but because of La Lechuza. The fear became so widespread that the entire communities treated the legend as fact. What makes this legend especially disturbing is that reports continue to this day. Many stories come from rural Texas. Drivers describe seeing enormous birds standing beside isolated roads. Some claim the creature had wingspans larger than any known owl. Others report hearing whistles in places where no person could possibly be hiding. One recurring detail appears again and again: the eyes. Witnesses frequently describe bright, glowing eyes that remain visible even after the creature disappears. Another common detail is the feeling of being watched. People often report overwhelming dread moments before seeing the figure, as though something was observing them from the darkness, waiting for them to notice. Skeptics argue that these sightings are simply misidentified owls, and certainly large owls can look frightening at night, but that explanation doesn't satisfy everyone, because many witnesses insist they saw something impossible: a creature with a woman's face, a bird far larger than any known species, something that appeared intelligent, something that seemed aware of them. And perhaps that's why the legend has survived. Not because people believe in monsters, but because so many people claim they saw the same thing, independently, across generations, across thousands of miles. Today, La Lechuza remains one of the most feared creatures in Mexico folklore. Whether she is a witch, a spirit, a misunderstood animal, or simply a story, nobody knows for certain. But on lonely roads throughout Mexico and the American Southwest, people still tell me the same warning. If you're outside at night and you hear a whistle above you, don't answer. And whatever you do, don't look up. Have you ever heard a story about La Lechuza or experienced something strange in the woods or on a lonely road? Share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoy Mexican folklore, subscribe for more legends, hauntings, and unexplained stories from across Mexico and Latin America.